Uh, I moved here to Portland area in the October, and unfortunately, during the winter, my property in Monmouth County, had severe damage as to the basement. Water came in. We had house itself was not damaged, but the basement, where we had added an addition to it, had severe damage with water damage, and everything just backed up, and it became worse all the time. I actually did not know what to do. I was so far away that made me feel even worse. But then I thought of Victor and thought, gee, maybe he could fall. And thank God, because he certainly was. I was so pleased when the realtor in charge of the property told me how wonderful everything looked. And when the people that were interested in buying were very happy, and obviously the deal was finished through that, they were so happy to see what had been done. I was just disappointed in the fact that I hadn't done some of it earlier while I lived there, because I guess I was feeling jealous that they had all this now. But it really is marvelous, and it was a lot of things. The house is 100 years old, and many people will not even tackle anything when you come to some property that of that age. So I was very pleased that Victor and his crew did such a good job. There was wallboard of some sort, very old, in the attic, and it showed water damage. Well, now the water damage had been much prior to it was there when I moved in other words, and I lived in the house almost 40 years. Victor took care of that. They took it, the new tenants wanted that to be removed. They removed that. I mean, there was just nothing that I asked that couldn't be done. It was wonderful. It's hard to own property on one coast and live on the other one, believe me. And I guess the thing that was wonderful all along is that I could completely trust him. I mean, that is a wonderful thing. But this worked out beautifully, and I had no doubt that it would. I've always felt since I have been widowed that you just feel much more comfortable with someone coming in that you know that you can trust with the whole situation. It's been wonderful, believe me. And Victor was very kind. He called me periodically. He gave me all the information. He let me pay the whole transaction by American Express, which was simpler than me transferring money back and forth to accounts. I honestly, I couldn't be more pleased, because I think they evaluate the situation very fairly. And I think you realize that they're only going to do what really needs to be done. The pictures of what he had done. I mean, he kept me posted as if I was right there. And it was wonderful to be able to see the improvements and to realize that he was doing what he felt necessary, which turned out to be obviously what the realtor and everyone else felt necessary also. But I never felt that he was going to step above that or to, do anything just for the idea of it, or so to speak, for his business. He certainly did only what was necessary. Certainly he would be wonderful for the people that were there, but he kept me posted as if I were there and I was 3,000 miles away. A little bit above and beyond. I don't think the average contractor would have done it. Well, if I could ever recommend, if there would be anyone that wanted to call me, I would be happy to speak to them.